Morning.
Well, classic. Are you guys done talking over here yet?
It's a talk show. That's
Classic,
what we do.
Classic car shows are cool, but this is one that's hardly typical.
Sunday's Joslyn Castle Classic Car Show features some of the best classic cars around, all hand selected. And this year, they're going back to the future.
Yeah, you save the talking for the actual show. Kelsey Bugjo helps organize this event. She's here alongside Triemert of Brickway. Good to see both of you this morning.
Kelsey, Zach,
morning.
Thanks
for having us.
Sixth year, right? The sixth year.
This is the sixth year of the show.
Explain the show. What's this all about?
Yeah, so basically, we hand select all of the vehicles, original and restored original vehicles. This year we'll have on display everything from a 1953 Austin Healey.
Wow.
There's some cars there on screen from last year's show. I think that might be my Bel Air in the background. We'll have a couple Rolls Royce. We have some Model A Fords. That's a really nice vehicle there. So just lots of variety, things you don't see every day, and just a beautiful setting on the Joslyn Castle grounds.
I mentioned going back to the future. So how are you bringing that in this year?
So we have a couple of special interest vehicles this year. We have a DeLorean, actually.
How cool is that?
Stop it.
I know. And so 2015 marks the year in Back to the Future 2 that they actually went to the future. So you can step back in time at the Joslyn Castle or take a trip to the future and see the DeLorean. That
This
we'll
is
have
the
on
future.
display. It will be there.
Has it got a flex capacitor? Is the flex in there?
This has got to be a lot of fun deciding what to include in the show and finding some of these gems.
It's a treat just reviewing the different applications and hand selecting the vehicles. So.
All right, let's get to the tastings here.
Yeah.
That's why Zach's here.
Exactly.
You have tastings that go along with this car show. How does that fit in?
Yeah, so of course tours of the castle will be available the day of the show, and Zach will be inside sampling some of the Brickway beer and whiskey that he has here with us this morning. So
Sounds
you want to
great.
tell us a little bit more about that?
Let's start here with the whiskey, Zach. What did you bring in?
Brought in our single malt whiskey. So we make it right on
Monday
site.
morning, everybody.
You bet.
It's been at least 8 hours since Mary's had a whiskey.
Mike, would you settle down? You were the one at the lake yesterday. I was the designated driver, my friend.
Can you tell us about this whiskey?
You bet. We make this right down at our brewery and distillery in the old market, 12th and Jackson. We make it with
Oh, that's
100%
cool that it's made locally.
malted barley. Yep. So it's single malt. We make it like Scotch. We mature it like bourbon.
What should we look for here in terms of tasting? What do you say?
A little vanilla, nice malty, finishes really smooth. It's
And the
light on the
aroma?
palate.
Yeah.
You get that aroma and wood character. It's light, easy to drink.
I like that Kelsey's joining us in the fun today.
I wouldn't miss it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's smooth, Zach.
It is smooth.
It is
That's
really
nice.
smooth.
So we make 100% of it right there. We mature it in brand new charred American oak casks. That's where you get that color and that light character.
Yeah.
And then the smoke, is that where some of that smoke flavor comes
That
from
is
too?
true, but that hits a little bit late on the palate. That's neat. So we
Finishes
have
clean.
whiskey here, but then you also brought in
Some beer.
so walk us through these.
Absolutely. Brought 3.
Yeah.
So we have our India Pale Lager. That is a hoppy lager. Everybody's heard of India Pale Ales. Sure. We put a twist on it and ferment it with a lager yeast to make it light, easy to drink, super clean.
Yeah.
I love that beer. It's my golf course beer.
That's
Is
your
it?
go-to.
You take that on
Yeah.
And then you got
That's
a wheat. This is more of a wheat beer, right?
Yep, we've got our Hefeweizen. It's a German wheat beer, so it's going to have a little banana, clove. Also super sessionable. It's a summer beer. Great for this heat that we're having
Super
right
what?
now.
What was that word
It's a summer beer.
Okay.
Oh, it's also a session beer.
Session beer,
Yeah,
okay.
all 3 of these I would consider session beers.
I
Beers
like
you
how
can,
they all have appointments.
Yes, of
All
course.
your beers. Everything has an occasion. And then up top, what is this?
We have our Pilsner. That's our flagship. So that's, it's your dad's old beer. It's that, German Pilsner, light. I call it drink all day beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just,
that's not your golf course? You don't take that to the golf
well,
course? You
sometimes.
could.
Yeah, I bring that for my friends on the golf course.
Right, okay.
so
And this is a fundraiser. So what are we raising money for?
Yeah, all of the proceeds benefit Joslyn Castle, and you can actually purchase tickets in advance at Hy-Vee area locations, or for $10, and then we'll also have tickets for purchase at the gate for $12.50.
So when you're raising money through an event like this, those funds, would you explain where they go and what are the
Sure.
needs at the castle?
Yeah, so, the castle was built in the 1900s, so a lot of those funds go right back into the castle to restore this beautiful historic building that we have right here in Omaha. So most of the funds go to that, but the castle has different events throughout the year as well. They have kids at the castle, of course the car show that we're talking about today, as well as other events. So,
Well, the castle's been, like you said, it's been around forever, but it's been a number of things throughout the years. I mean,
It has.
OPS administration building for a while.
Right.
And then, no, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, originally it was built as a private residence for George and Sarah Joslyn. And then it was actually sold to the Joslyn Art Museum. And after that to the Omaha Public School District. So they used it as their administration building for a number of years. And then now today the Joslyn Castle Trust owns the building. So.
And it is beautiful.
It is
to
just
have everything
very
restored and to be able to, it's like, you know, it's going back in time when things were made differently, when the wallpapers and the mold, I mean, you walk through and it's like, you don't see that anymore. And so how special, and what a cool excuse to see all of that and to have all of these cars on the grounds. Does it bring people to the castle who otherwise might not have an occasion to stop by?
Absolutely, since we do offer tours the day, you know, the day of the show. But it's just a beautiful setting. In fact, one of our show sponsors this year, Woodhouse Auto Family, just recently filmed their new commercial at the castle. So cars in the castle just go hand in hand.
They do.
Not only, you know, at this event, but you'll also be seeing it on their commercial.
You know, Peter Fink, who's coming up, he is big into classic cars, but he likes the stuff that's the rare, right? If you go to a regular car show on any Saturday in the area, you're going to see some cool rides. You're not looking for just cool. It's about the novelty. It's about the rarity and treating guests to something special.
Absolutely. It's really, it's truly, you know, one of the nicest car shows in town. I've been to a lot of shows with my 57 Bel Air, and, you know, the setting's just great, and, you know, you see a lot of vehicles that come out that don't go to the typical car show.
Well, I know a lot of people that go to this show, and it's really becoming one of those shows you hit every year in the city of Omaha. JoslynCastle.com is a website. People can get tickets Sunday, July 26th, $10 in advance, so that's why it's a good time to get on online and do that. Otherwise, $12.50 at the gate.
And so you've got cars, and you can also enjoy some of the products that we've had here today. Thanks to Zach. Good to have you on the show.
We've got all these rules on television about how many drinks you can have and whatnot. By my calculations, we still have one left.
That's good.
We still have one left. So thanks,
guys.
Have
a great Sunday.
have a great
Thank
week.
you
Thanks a
for
lot.
being
Guests
here.
in the Morning Blend start their day not only with some of this whiskey, but from coffee from Pear's Gourmet, the official coffee of the Morning Blend. Learn more online at omahamorningblend.com. All right, still ahead, we're taking a road trip, a brand new series, What to Do Tomorrow.
First, 3 viewers would like Peter Fink's advice. I mentioned him a moment ago. You might also benefit from what he has to say. The Morning Blend continues in less than 3 minutes.
Salud.